Here we are with the third and possible final installment of the Bouquet of Pink Roses by LEGO Botanicals. This is set number 10374. Contains 789 pieces. Retails $459.99. And set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, so far, this is what we've done. In addition to the little red heart. So we've done 8 roses. It's still not a dozen yet, but we're getting there. And I'm pretty pleased with the set. I'm going to say the score is at a 9, just the lack of a brick separator. Other than that, though, it's not too bad. And it is a collaborative build, so you have to make 4 of each. Not too bad. Well, today is our lucky day because we have to do 2 more things in this book, which will cover bags 5 and 6. So what you see here is bags 3 and 4. I'm going to go ahead and move these over here because, well, if I can find a spot for them, not breaking anything, because we're going to need every ounce of space we have on this little workbench. Okay, let's begin with bag 5. And I'm kind of curious, and I'm going to show you here. I wonder if these are in different bags, but well, that answered my question. So I have a feeling bags 5 and 6 are going to contain the same thing, and I've never seen those type of parts before. I'm a little slow, you know why? Some of you can probably guess. Today is the, I'm trying to think, the first or the, I think it's the 2nd of September 2025. It's Tuesday night. It's a bedside build. I haven't done bedsides all that much, but I need something to relax to. And yeah, bag 5 and 6 contain the same parts. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to just, I don't know if these are corn flour or baby's breath, not quite sure. So I think what I'm going to do is pour the like, ones that look like they're alike in the same pile to make this a little easier. So you could sort your set any way you want. Ooh, I can always use those in pink. And I was trying to find a movie to watch. And yeah, it's been like it was 108 degrees today with 90% humidity, and it was raining and windy. It was enough to take your breath away, but I managed to get my little fence together in the heat. But don't worry, I was drinking plenty of water. So that wasn't the problem. And similar last in love, the baby's breath. Okay. So, yeah, I think the first thing we're going to be building is 4 baby's breath. Let's get going on this now. What I'm going to start doing is start sorting parts out until I find the leaf pieces. Now we got to make 4 of these, so we're going to have to multiply everything by 4. And I'm going to try to make this as close to the book as I can. So I've already found that guy. Now, you can sort your set any way you want. I'm sorting mine with, I don't know why we just didn't do the big stuff first, LEGO, and save the baby's breath for last, but I don't know. I guess I'm not that cool because I'm not a LEGO set designer. This is just a hobby for me. And oh yeah, these are not to be construed as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. This is just merely my notes for the review, and I'll try to illustrate everything as best to my ability, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. I have to read that off now. I need to write a more formal thing, but yeah. Alright, so we got the big thing sorted out here. And so we got 4 of those. So we survived a little bit of the step here. So 3 times 4 is 12. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun, huh? We got to populate every one of these. So how many of these do we need? 18. Well, we're going to need a lot of flowers. But dark green stems I can always use. So 3 times 4 is 12. And then, yeah. So you're going to need a lot of little flowers here. I think what I'm going to do, though, is just prepare all of these. So I only have like an hour and 15 minutes on this card. I cleaned off some more stuff, but still wasn't enough to really get things going here. And I'm really hoping, though, to get this one done. I got another holiday set. Now I can talk about them. I got a bunch of Christmas sets in, and I think you guys and gals are going to love. I can't wait to get into them. But I have this one and another one that's not Christmas related. But you know, you could still make this a Christmas set. It wouldn't, the colors would be more like Valentine's, but you know, that kind of thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do these in groups of 3 and then put them on that when I'm done. Now, if you have a partner, significant other, spouse, brother, sister, I thought I had you on mute. Time to put you on mute. These iPhones tattle on themselves. You can all build this together, and the build's going to go a lot faster than what I could do. Okay, now we got 3 of those, and it looks like it just goes on these 3 parts here. So we'll stick this one in the middle here. And got one done. I gotta do that 3 more times. Yeah, so I got a long ways to go, so I'm just going to do it like this. Now, of course, I could pause the video and just speed through this, like they do in, you know, those TV shows where they cook a meal, where they already have one done underneath the counter, and you thought that was the most magical thing. I should do that, but you know what? Let's move all the red cross axles here, and if I grab one here, just going to put it in that pile there in the corner. Yeah, everything will be indexed for your viewing convenience. I was trying to find a movie to watch, and I was trying to get my bunch to watch something. Girlfriend's in bed. She's got to get up early. Then my mom's still up, and she likes watching her reality TV, and where it's got the beeps and the blips, and it's heavily censored, scripted, filtered. And I thought, well, so I'm back here. I was going to watch a movie and couldn't find anything really worth watching. So I thought, oh, I saw the flower set over here. I thought, I'm in the mood to build. I think because I'm always on a screen, and I'm like, yeah, I want to. I mean, I'm staring at 2 screens, one on the phone for the timer, and then one for the viewfinder, and that's the only screens I'd rather look at right now because I'm physically touching a product. So see, now just by pre-sorting things, like I'm slowly pulling things out right now. Once I get everything sorted, it won't be too bad. It'll go faster as we go. Now, what I could have done is and I was thinking about this, the next time I get one of these that are repetitive like this, I'm thinking about, I mean, I would have to do the whole thing. It's just to build one as an illustration and then just jump to the other 4. Okay. I may do that if I ever get another botanical set, because it does get a little redundant Although if I did do that, it wouldn't be too entertaining, but okay. Yeah, you get some nice light or dark pink whips. Cool. I could think of some bad things to do with those. But yeah, this is more for adults. This is not a kiddie channel anyways. If you're a kid watching this, you know, that's why I don't really say the bad words, but can't hold everything back. But, you know, the whole goal about doing Lego building for me is to get away from screen time. I saw a thing today on the news about we got to cut back the screen time for kids. You know, they're always on a device. I mean, I'm like that. But the thing though is when I was a little boy, millions of years ago, we didn't have all these screens. The only screen we had was in the living room or my parents' room, and that was it. And they told us what we were and we're not allowed to watch. And now it's kind of like you know, kids now have at least 2 or 3 screens in their room. You got the TV, maybe the computer would count as 2, and some kind of a smart device, maybe 3 or 4 screens. I didn't get my first screen in my bedroom until I was 9 years old, and it was an old TV set, an old Sony Trinitron, where you had to unplug it and plug it in to turn it on and off. The power switch was broke. But hey, it only got 4 channels too, but unlike my friends, I had a color TV. One of my friends was his parents were real rich, and he had like a remote control TV with cable, and I thought he even had his own phone, and I thought, man, that's so cool. And I went back home and thinking, the only thing I had advantage is my dad and my mom were married. They lived together. His mom and dad were divorced. So I didn't have the fancy stuff in my room, but I had both parents, but still. Alright, we survived through 3 of these so far. You know, and like I said, I'm not going to grade on repetitiveness, because LEGO did note that this is built between 1 to 3 people. Okay, we got that out of the way. Let's move these over here. Put those over there while we're here. As you can see, I'm really kind of organizing this up here. We got 3 more of these we got to populate. Yeah, it was either watch a movie, which I couldn't find, or do Lego, and I chose Lego. I found an app on my tablet that's meant to run video games, and I'm going to try to connect it up to the media server to do this. Okay, I thought this one's taken forever to do here. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, though. If you're not really a fan of these small parts, I'll understand. You know, there's no fast way of doing it without risk breaking one of these. So, get somebody to help you. That's the only thing I can say. But we're going to go a lot faster through it because I'm sorting things out in respective piles now. A lot of stuff we won't even need until we get to the roses. But so I'll probably do when I do the indexing on this, it'll just be like, this is baby's breath. We'll just do pink rose 1, pink roses 2, baby's breath, and pink roses 3, or something like that. Just to kind of, or just rose 1. I'll have to think of a numbering thing for this. We're almost done with this. See, once you start sorting things, you notice how fast it's going. Plus, this is the last stem I have to go through. Why couldn't they send me extra stems? And of course, this last one's going to be a turd to get on there. At least I didn't say the S word, but all right. And that takes care of that. Okay, and now it looks like we're ready to construct the stem for this. We got to make 4 of these, and we get some light swords, or no, these are barbells. And surprisingly, I've done these before, and they're pretty strong. Yeah, it's been miserably hot here today, and I'm ready for winter. I'm ready to walk outside where it's like at least 60 degrees and I can enjoy it. And yeah, and then this goes here with this piece here at the bottom. That's where this goes in. And just kind of snake that up in there like that. Make sure you press that part down. And there we go, we got our baby's breath. Okay. Put that over there. You know, why don't you? Because we got to do that again. So at least here on this channel, though, I do not script these. Some people want me to script them. The next ones I do that are repetitive like this, I'll read ahead. And I may just do to speed these up so I can listen to music and maybe get on a conference call or something, is to build like one on video and then say, okay, let's do this times 4. Okay, just to kind of blast through it. I was like, how would I do these a little faster instead of just filming hours upon hours? Some people just listen to these as ASMR videos. I mean, that's quite alright if you do. I hope I'm not boring anybody, but you know, I'm just trying to think of ways to do these more efficiently, to breeze through them, because sometimes after a while stuff like this gets kind of repetitive, and usually you'll get one extra one of these shafts. I don't think I have these in sand green, so that's new there. Okay, and then now we got to stack all of these together. I got them upside down, but does it matter? No, it's your Lego set. You can build it any way you want. And yeah, our local television station that shows all the vintage stuff is off the air. I hate to think they got rid of it and put on politics TV, which you should. Last time we had our cartoon channel, they took it off for politics. I guess enough people wrote in and told them to put it back on. There's the second one. I'm like, I just want my cartoons. I don't want to hear some politician talk. I'd rather hear Daffy Duck or Woody Woodpecker create a ruckus than that. So there's the baby's breath, and I think that's it for that one. Yeah. Okay, now we're doing the pink roses, and I have 56 minutes. Can I fit this and the review? Because I will not be able to film anymore if I do, because I'm running out of space. Alright, so the first thing that I'm doing now, I gotta look for these. We gotta make 4 of them. Once again, it's all in 4s. I would say, honestly, if you had 4 people, everyone could build one of each. Like, literally, they could build one of each. It says 1 to 3 people, which means that one person, 2 or 3, means everybody get their own building guide. Or if you really want to get kind of die hard with this one, it could go up to 16 people. There's that extra one. Well, there's a few extras, so we might need those. I've got a few more here. I'm trying to find the bent ones, so we're going to sort all these out now, so when we get to the stem, it should be very easy to do. It was so nasty today, we couldn't even go in the pool because it was just so dusty. It was like, yucky. And, oh yeah, I want to remember everyone. I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors. I always appreciate my brick tributors. It's always cool. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers and Rebrickable customers. That's always a big help. And in addition to that, if you comment, subscribe, like the video, tell your friends, that's even better. There's always a way to contribute to this channel, so that makes it a lot easier for someone like myself to do more improvements on the content on here. So, yeah, I think the next time I do one of these and they're unique, if they're like in duplicates like this, I'm just going to show you how to build one. You know, these are really handy for making plants. That's really fun to step on when it's dark inside the house. Wake you right up. Well, I'm slowly finding parts that I don't need right now. We got plenty. I got a whole bin of these. I don't even use them. When my mom or girlfriend are tired of the flowers, I just take the parts off of them and use them for other builds. I still have the very first Botanicals that I have LEGO sent me, and I still kept them, so yeah. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. And then now, it looks like we are putting those in there. Alright. So you can see now, if you're doing this by yourself, and maybe this could be a benefit for somebody. You know, what do you do if you got multiples? Just make an assembly line and start assembling things. So I'm hoping tonight I want to get this one reviewed before bed. And kind of just relax and then spend a few days, edit some videos in my spare time, and then I'm going to come back and get everything done. That kind of thing. And then now we got to add the little thorns in here. Now I'm going to keep my thorns facing down, how the book shows it. So at least now we're getting through all the little parts, and now we're just plowing through it. Should just jump ahead and start building that and get rid of the stems now, but that will not do you, the viewer, any good if I jump around like that. There we go. And stuff like this is just relaxing. It's either that or I sit in front of the computer playing video games, and for a while now, Minecraft has been constantly crashing on my computer. I gotta figure out what's going on, and it's the Bedrock edition, so I don't know what's going on with it. With a 5090 graphics card, it shouldn't do that, but it is. So, I mean, who knows? And then now we got to stick these in here. Hey, at least it's big stuff now. We're not messing with tiny parts. Getting to the medium stuff. We got big things in here. We just haven't got to them yet. Yeah, this would be good for like a group of people putting together. So I think this is really good, even like a little party build. And now we got to stick these in here. See, I'm just doing everything like an assembly line. Too bad. Can't get any better than this, huh? This is really bad. This is not that bad of a build. It's just repetitious, but like I said, I'm going easy on the score in this because I'm doing this solo. Well, that's kind of a nasty color to put in there. Do you think that had that green or something? Maybe it's buried. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe they need that extra clearance with the notches in there. I don't know. Alright, so we got rid of that. And then now it's just a nose. Lego, what are we doing? Putting one part on at a time? Oh, okay. Yeah, at least we're getting all this done here. I'm almost got all these parts sorted up on the workbench. Some people call it their Lego table. I call it a workbench because technically I'm working. Now, somebody did make a comment, when am I going to paint this whole thing? I don't know yet. I need to get onto it. You can see the brush strokes and stuff. But of course, though, a messy workbench is a busy workbench. You know, Jay, you know, all the big YouTubers that got these professional backlit ones. Yeah, well, just think. I don't. I do not. I don't. I mean, I'd like to build one day. I got the tempered glass and stuff, but you just got to put your vine in there like that. I got the tempered glass. I just need to, and the LEDs and stuff. I'm just trying to think of how I want to do it. So just imagine this glowing from the bottom. I think that'd be really cool. A lot of the big boys have that. I could buy one already made, but then I can't make it custom, nor could I make it battery powered. And battery powered is kind of important. And it kind of got me thinking, though, I'd like to make this whole table here portable one day, where I can just pick this whole thing up and build on location. Like if I'm building in the kitchen while I'm cooking like a dish, like a casserole or something, I can do that. That kind of thing. And then these go on the top here. But I got to think on how I want to do this, make it portable. Stick that on there like that. Be careful, we don't want to break anything. So far these are pretty durable. We survived everything. Boy, that one just does not want to go on there. And I'll give you more of a close-up one of here of this. That's how that is supposed to look. I can't get that any straighter than that. But it's not too bad at all. Okay, about 25 so minutes in here, and we got a sub-step. So what I'm going to do here with the sub-step is I'm going to do sub-steps 1, 2, and 3 at the same time. And this is what, well, if I can find the right parts. We're still sorting, by the way, so it's going to be a while. Like that. And we put this piece here. Okay, we got to make 4 times 4 would be 16. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to be here for a while, and this is going to be fun, huh? So what we're going to do is we're just going to slowly assemble one of these. So that gives us 2. Now I got to do, like I said, I got to do a bunch of those. So I got to start making a grid. Now I'm a visual person, and I mentioned this in a few other installments. So I'll grid this. So these are already done here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to, well, we can put this one back here while I grabbed it. I'm trying to grab this piece here, and I'm going to keep them like this and just grid them. So 4 by 4 would be 16. That'll visually let me know if I've done enough of them or not. It's a good little trick there. And I think we can breeze through it. So you see now I already got 4 done. I'm getting close. See, we're going through it pretty quickly. And I'm hoping tonight to get this one done before bed. I got to rustle up a vase, grab one for the set, then I can review it, get it up on YouTube as quickly as I can for your viewing pleasures, and yeah, we'll get it done. Just be like, okay, we're finished with this. I'm keeping all these spare pieces here because I got a bunch of them here. It looks like, for the most part, we have everything pretty much grouped here. Just trying to get this stuff done here. There we go. All right, we got that out of the way. Yeah, this is a good project for the family. This is not a solo build whatsoever. Some builds I'm always ranting about solo. Yeah, this one here is obviously not meant to be. You could build it by yourself, but like right now I'm just talking to the camera. I always get that, like, Jay, where are you talking to back there? Oh, I'm just talking to the camera, and they look at me all funny. I forgot to put these slopes on here. I was a kid, though. I was not really friendly with my Lego bricks. I would leave them on the floor and people would step on them. To this day, I've never had that issue anymore because I keep everything picked up. When a Lego brick falls on the floor, I pick that booger up immediately. I don't leave it out so I can step on it and cuss up a storm. That's not fun. So I try to keep everything tidy back here. The only thing I have to worry about is if something falls on the floor and I have to pick it all up. Of course, when we're kids, picking things up was boring. Well, now as an adult, it still is, but I don't want to have to step on it. Yeah. Now we're getting there. So, I've already got a few ideas for next year, camping related, in terms of Lego. So I'm going to figure out where I want to go with these projects and what month. Ooh, and what month I want to release them in. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet for next year. That's the least thing right now. Have an idea. I'm not doing the camper this year just because I just don't have the parts needed to finish it. Even the donations are a big help, but it's more of just obtaining the right parts. Like you saw in this set, we got those green clips that we had in the previous installment. That's a big help, but it's not really why did I put that there? It's not really much of a help if I'm forbidden from getting them here in the States. So okay, well, that doesn't go in the right way, but that's it right there. We got all those done. Okay, so it looks like these fit in these shafts, and it looks like it goes in the second hole. So let me bring one of these up here so we can clarify this. It goes right here. See that hole right there? It goes right in there. If you're not sure, it doesn't fit in the middle like this thing wants to do. Just shove that all the way down in there. And then we'll rotate it. Do the next one. Rotate it again. Yeah. Not too bad at all, huh, folks? Not too bad. Just getting those in there is kind of a pain. Tuck that in there. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We got to do that again. So if you missed out, you've got 12 more times to get it right. Now I'm sure you could do this in any hole you want, but I'm going to keep it all to the specs of the book. Sometimes I have to do that a few times. Oh yeah, I got my fence up today. I got that post repaired. I got the board screwed on. It's all screwed and bolted, and this thing is sturdy, better than it was before when I built it. And if you're going to get into home improvement, just do it right. Screw everything together. Don't half bake it. Although the base of the post is what rotted, so what did I do with this one? I get a pressure treated post. You prime it and you paint it so it not only looks good, but it slows down the rotting process. And yeah, I always do things a little overkill because I don't have to fix it. So that gray piece inside here is buried, so we don't have to see it. Well, at least one thing, these thorns are pretty nice. They're not grabbing onto your fingers and clothes and stuff. All right, now we got to put these things on. That's not too bad. All right, let's see here. I'm sure they go on like that. I mean, it's probably the only way, so they're like this. This is not as elegant, I think, as the other two versions are, but I think what LEGO was doing here is to, you know, randomize the variety up. When you put these all in, they'll be all mixed up anyways. So I'm not going to just dump them all in there. And that's what yours should look like right there. Let's get all those angles for you. Smell that, and it smelled good. Too bad it didn't have one of those artificial flavor things in there, but no, they won't do that. LEGO's not that advanced. We don't have smell vision too on YouTube, so you can't smell the ABS plastics. Oh, I gotta be careful. The surf accident. I'm gonna be like totally gnarly, dude, and go grab the board and go hit the waves, man. Let's do that. Well, I said a bad word. I don't want to get too carried away. Somebody asked me what was I like? What did I sound like when I was younger? The same way I do now. I was a teen. I sound the same way. It's more slowed down a little bit, but pretty much the same. I look almost the same, just a bit older, more mature in the face. It's always a fun thing. And for those who have never seen me before, you have to check out my main channel. I need to update that eventually. I haven't changed all that much. But yeah, there we go. What do you think? Pretty cool? But no, 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 no. We're not done yet with this. Oh, no, no. No, no, no. 9 times 4 is 36. The easiest way to do stems here, well, but before I do the stems, let's take a breather. Okay, let's do the stems. A couple ways I'm going to do these here. You could either do all 36 of these first and then put 4 together, or you can just do 9, put it together, 9, put it together, so on and so forth. I think we're just going to do the 9, because I got too many pieces up here on the workbench. And at this point now, it's just easier to put one together and just do this. And yeah, these are Technic pieces here. These are cross-axle extenders, and we got short cross-axles. So for all the folks out there who build these type of sets, you're technically doing Technic. And then now we're going to stick this on here like that. Okay. We got one done. 3 more to go. I mean, we're getting there. So I'm going to do the same thing. And now, like I said, if some people want me to leave all the filler in the middle, so I'm going to leave this as a question if you've made it this far in the video, and I'll know if you're watching this because I'll get a response here. I already have a fill-in. Janet will. Should I keep the fill-in or should I just speed these up? Like, okay, I build 1 rose. Let's say this has 4 roses. Should I just build 1 and say, okay, times 4 that? Or should I just keep the long commentary and boredom in the middle? Let me know. Do you want the boredom in the middle or do you want me to just speed through it? That's a good question. I'm kind of torn on that. I mean, I do that with my tutorials. And if I'm building something that's got repetitious steps like trees or bushes, I'm always like, okay, make this one item 10 times. I don't want to make it 10 times. That would be boring. I don't want to, lengthen up the video. So I'll leave it up to you. But let's keep it this way here. Okay. Plug that right in that little cross axle there. Okay, got the second one done. Yeah, I got to go find a vase here after this, and we will get ready to go with that, huh? And get this party started with this. I know some of you have mentioned that your boyfriends, your girlfriends give you these sets, significant others. Yeah, usually that's what it is. And it's not just something that your boyfriend or girlfriend's going to buy you. Okay. You both get to put it together too, and you know, you can have a discussion what I'm doing here. I'm only, well, it's one way here, but that kind of thing. But you can just talk about things, talk about parties, vacations while you're doing this. This would be a really good fun conversation starter here. I left a post one time on YouTube. Lego is not just a building toy, it's an environment. This is an environment because it's an environment that we all can come together and build things together. That kind of thing. Somebody's got the Golden Girls blaring out full blast again. Yeah. Don't ask me why. I don't want to put that together. What am I doing? But it's an environment. We're all spending time together here. We're building together. It's an environment. Believe it or not, it's like going out in the forest or going to a party or a bridge game or something like that, you know. Your fingers are going to get red. I don't know what I'm going to do if I ever get arthritis. This is going to be hard stuff to put together. But there we go. Alright, now we got to plug all these together. And then I got to go wrestle up a vase. We're getting there. We are getting there. I think what I'll do though is spare the jiggliness of the camera. And I will just cut the scene out when we get to that point. But yeah, but let me know though, should I keep these long or just trim them down and just do one a piece? Now this only applies for repetitiveness for these type of builds. You know, that kind of thing. And then plus it'll save me memory cards. I just stop, build the rest off screens, and just fade back in and say, okay, we're done. And that kind of thing. Let's not move those. And that's it. We have these two pieces remaining. Or these few. You could save these, put them on the other two there to extend them out. But I'm going to follow the instructions on this one. And yeah, I'd say the set's at a solid 9. We didn't have anything fall off. These are built pretty good. I'd say average to above average for a botanical set. And if we start mixing these up here and just kind of toss them around on the workbench here, I got to go get a vase. That should be fun because I may have to wash it. Yeah, I think whoever gets these is going to love these and adore them. These are really nice. And if anybody says anything, yes, I'm a straight dude. I say the word adorable, even say the word fabulous. Okay, we're getting there. Now putting all these on the workbench. I mean, let's see if I can zoom out here. That doesn't look too bad, but you know what? I got to get a vase because we're not done yet. We got to set these up. So I got to go get, let me go plop them on a turntable here. Let's see here. And I got to go find a vase for these. So let's slide these off to the side here. Nothing crumbled. Ooh, how am I going to do this here? Let's see if I can fit this up here. Now, the way I'm handling these, if they fall apart, that's on me. Don't want somebody to take this seriously, but this is a good durability test, too. Yeah. Well, I gotta go find a vase, so as always, I will be right back. Possibly with a different camera angle. Okay, I just grabbed this lovely red vase just to see if these fit. And I think this might be a little too deep for these. but I haven't stuffed them all in yet. So yeah, let's get ready to put everything in here. Now you can see the timer over here. I forgot to hit that, so I'll give you something to watch while I stuff these in the bin here. And I'm going to start sticking, just stick these in randomly. I do not have a lot of vases around the house. It's not something I particularly collect. So, you know, this might be a little overwhelming for this one here, but I'm sure the more we put in, the higher it's going to stick up. So I'm just going to start sticking some of the baby's breath in here. Now, what did it look like on the box? If I can even find it. It just shows it in some vase like this. Theirs is at the bottom too, so I don't know how they got them up higher in the back, although you could take some of these off if you had a shorter vase, but I could add more to it. Well, now we're getting somewhere. And I may have to get a better vase. I have one or two more, but I just wanted something with a little bit more color than just using like just a transparent one. So let's just shove some of these in here right now. But yeah, it's a nice little decor item to use for your home. You know, just something to display on your dining room table or something. Now, doing the review on this one's going to be easy, just a 360 spin. We'll stuff this right in here because it's kind of a little bare. Let's give this guy a happy little home. Throw that in there. We still got a couple more of these. Now, of course, you could put your other botanicals with this one too. I may have to take a picture of the one that my mom has that I've been graciously been giving her the sets and stuff for her to display. Putting all these together, they look beautiful. Matter of fact, I may just put an insert on what that looks like here. And then we'll shove that way at the top now. Let's try to rearrange some stuff here. And yeah, let me get in here and readjust the camera for you. Let me get this in the center here. Someday I'm going to take this thing apart, and I hadn't even got those cleats. Remember, I've been talking about that for years. I got to do that. Maybe that'll be my winter project when it actually cools down a bit here. The only thing that kind of spoils this one, that's not Lego's fault, it's my fault, is the stupid glare on the vase. So I'm trying to get this one here. I may pull a few of these out to show them. Sometimes you don't have the right vases and stuff. This one here is a little overwhelming. You needed something more that pulls it out, but you know, but I can always bring these up and show them like that. Okay. And yeah, it's too big. Well, we already got them here. Do I dare use this? Let me go find another one, all right? Let me go see if I have another vase here. I'll be right back. Okay, I think that one might be a little better. So we're going to have to transplant these in here, or transfer them. I'm just going to pull them out very carefully. And yeah, sometimes, I mean, I don't really have a whole bunch of these. I think I have like 3 or 4 of them that I've... Some of these either were my mom's, or there were stuff that I find at the Goodwill. It depends on the mood. So let's throw a little baby's breath in here. Hey, at least I'm not scripting these. I'm not filtering them. I'm, you know, just showing you how I set everything up if you're ever going to get into this type of thing. So yeah, the big red one wasn't... I'll have to say that for something more massive than this. See, some of these are kind of... We're going to get these out of here eventually. I think the best thing is to put the baby's breath at the bottom, but... You know, some people actually get paid to do this too. I mean, I could see why it's kind of relaxing, but I want to put something together. And yeah, I'm not a fan of the transparent vase. I don't have it. This is the only one that I have. I saw it at the junk store, and I thought, oh, this would be fine to use for some of the LEGO Botanicals in the future. But you know, I'm not a vase collector or a vase collector. Where's the Brady Bunch kids when you need them so they could drop the ball, play ball in the house, and break my vases? I don't have to worry about doing this again, but these cost like a whole $1 a piece, so I'm not going to complain. Yeah, this one looks a little better. This one's a little too big. I'll put that one back up in the hutch later, but I think that one looks a little more suitable for this. And yeah, let's start rearranging things here. Let's kind of get this one over here. Let's see, let's kind of split those apart. Now, if you can't get them in, just wiggle and jiggle, just like if you were doing it in real life, you know. And the difference with mine is I have to make sure everything looks good. And I think that looks really good, and I could still bring this up and show it. I'm not a fan of this. Now, what you can do, if you're really inclined to do so, just take some studs, like transparent blue, clear, green, whatever. Throw them in here. It'll fill this up really nice, and it'll all be authentic LEGO except for the vase. And two, this glass makes me nervous. I gotta be careful with this. I won't keep these in here for long. I'll put these on. These will be, I probably think these are going to be a keeper. I'm going to put these on my dining room table when I'm done. What's a surfer dude doing with a dining room table and flowers? It's better than just having it look like a frat house when I first got this place. I think that's good, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pleased with this set and just the outcome. I'm going to be honest with you. I know a lot of people don't like these too much, but I'm not bored with it. I wasn't bored putting this together, and if I were to pay the $60 for this, I didn't think I wasted my money on this, to be honest, because I enjoyed the build, and in addition, I can share the bill with a partner. I think it's fair. They're cheaper than real flowers. All right, so I think we are there. The center of my vase is here. Let me put my finger here, and I got it right in the crosshair. Perfect. I think we're ready to go. I think this is good. This is going to be a quick review here. Just a 360 spin. Say, here are the pretty pink roses and baby's breath and all that stuff. So you get a dozen roses and 4 baby's breath, and that's pretty much what it is. I mean, just from afar, they look really good. Yeah, I'm getting tired. But that's the thing, though. I got to get up for work in the morning. But before I do, let's film this review. I'm going to do my thumb, and then that is it. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Well, here's the formal review. Here is the Bouquet of Pink Roses all assembled. And honestly, this was a very fun, relaxing build to assemble. So here we have a dozen roses. There's 12. There's 3 of each. And we also have baby's breath, I guess, to add a little more color to this. So it's not just a straight rose build. This has got the baby's breath with it. So you're building 4 of each for a total of 16 individual flowers. That's essentially what they are. Now, unlike the real thing, these don't obviously have an odor to them. They don't smell. They don't smell like roses, but this is what they look like. And just by looking at it through the viewfinder on the camera, this one looks pretty good. And yeah, that's essentially what this is. Maybe you can fluff up the leaves a little bit. And of course, you can add more to this with other botanical sets, which these would look good on my dining room table or one of my end tables in my living room. But I'm pleased with this. This was not a disappointment at all. I mean, I enjoyed putting this one together. So I'm going to start with my build experience on this set for the review. And if you're looking for a very relaxing build, this one's it. I was not bored putting this one together. I didn't feel like I was throwing away my time. The steps do get repetitious, though, if you're building this by yourself. So if you got a partner or significant other, have them join in on the fun. I think that's what this set is meant to be for. Up to 16 people can build this set, but honestly, comfortably 3 to 4. That means one person could build just one set of flowers, or you can download the building guide and have one person build each type of flower. So everybody gets a piece of the pie here. So this is a really nice, fun group collaborative build, especially if you're building this with a partner. And overall, I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of the set, which leads to build quality. And honestly, I am pretty pleased with build quality. I didn't have anything disintegrate or fall apart when constructing the set. I was kind of iffy on certain parts. If you saw with the build installments, I was roughhousing with these, trying to get them into a vase a few times. I had the wrong size, but nothing fell off. That's really good. So these are pretty durable, especially for 16 flowers. You think the stuff is going to fall off. I didn't experience anything. So once you put them in there, they're there as a display piece. So that means that this set is not a playable model. So play value would be severely lacking. There's no play value with this set. It's merely just you put it on the table and you enjoy it, of course. So no play value. Obviously you can't put this in a Lego city, but it is a fun piece to look at. There's a lot of bright colors used in this set, so the colors in here do grab my attention. So I'm sure they're going to grab someone else's attention if they're displayed like on a dining room table or an end table. This is really going to be an eye-catching piece, and honestly, that's a good thing. And especially for $59.99, that's a pretty good price per part, and I didn't feel like I got ripped off on this one. This one feels really nice. This is a nice set to assemble, especially after a long, stressful day at work. I had fun putting this one together, so I'm not going to lie there. And at first I was not too excited about botanical sets, but if you're looking for something that's more relaxing, that's going to take you a while, and you can share this with a partner, here you go. And I'm overall pleased with the outcome of this. This looks really good. Now, of course, like I said, you can put other botanicals with this and add a bit more color. If you got the red roses, that would look good with this too, as well as some of the other flowers. Just kind of add them in there for color. This would look really nice, and especially this could be as a great gift for a spouse or significant other. I have nothing bad to say about it, except I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. Just no brick separator with this set. It's almost near perfect, and if there was a brick separator, this would have been a nice, good starter set for somebody who's getting into Lego as an adult. But without that tool and you make a mistake, some pieces may be hard to separate. Now, did I use one in here? No. But overall, though, it'd have been a nice tool to have. But I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of the Bouquet of Pink Roses. This is just fun to look at. And now I'm going to put these on my dining room table just to kind of share them with my family and such. I mean, they're just fun to look at. But tell me what you think about this set. I'm overall pleased with the outcome of the roses.